Okay, it's the 21st of July 2020 and I'm just going to run through how to read our reports and make the most of the analysis in order to maximize your profits. So this is an example of the E-mini S&P report for today. I start off by giving a summary of what happened yesterday. So we were buying yesterday at 31.94, 31.92. That was the first support level. So we're in a bull trend. So it's always wise to buy into a support level when you're in a bull trend, of course, in the hopes that the bull trend is maintained, which is always the most likely scenario. So, as I say, if we had bought at the support level yesterday, the trade would have worked really nicely. The market did bounce from there and actually hit key resistance at the June recovery high of 32.27, 32.31, that area. So our target was hit, and if you were taking a profit there, you'd have been pretty happy because you'd have had over 30 points of profit. Now, the next sentence, I say that the break higher is an obvious buy signal. So we broke through 32.31. So the fact that we broke above the June recovery high signals there are further gains. The bulls are in control. Once we've beaten a strong resistance level, you would assume that the market will continue higher to the next targets. These are my targets, 32.45 and 32.52.54. So if we have a look at the market today, we have actually reached 32.73. So we've actually gone through my target and we've gone on further. So let's just go back to that report and see what I wrote for the day. So I had written all target in the S&P has hit all targets as far as 32.52.54 as we look for 31.63. Well, those two targets have been hit. If we continue higher, we look for 32.77, 32.80. Well, that's our next target, and we're closing in on that. As I said, we've reached 32.73 as I speak to you now. So, how would we trade that? Let's assume that we had bought at the support level as we're supposed to do, and we'd taken our profit here at 32.27.31. Once we start breaking above 31, so let's say if we start trading up to 32.33, 32.35, we can assume that that level has been broken, and we now have a buy signal. So we're going to want to be trying to buy into long positions. Hopefully the market won't race away so quickly that we have to chase it. Hopefully, it breaks and hovers a little bit to at least give us a chance to get in. You never know. There's no standard procedure for a breakout, so you just have to use your judgment. And then if let's say you manage to buy around 32.35, you're going to be pretty happy when we hit 32.45, 32.52.54 as your target. If you maybe exited some of the position and you were lucky enough to continue holding on to some of the position, then of course you're going to be continuing to benefit as we hit all the next targets. In today's analysis, I said the downside is likely to be limited in the bull trend with minor support at 32.43.40. So by the time I wrote the report, we'd already hit 32.52.54, and I was looking for minor support at 32.43.40. And if we went down to 32.33.30, that was a better buying opportunity. So let's have a look where those levels worked. We didn't. Where did we get to? When we got to the 32.50 to 32.54 level, we did actually pause. We didn't really pull back, as you can see. So if I open this chart up a little bit, on the hourly chart this is. So once we hit 32.50, we were holding. We managed to just edge higher to just below 32.52.54. So that level certainly worked as a very, very minor resistance level. That target worked as a very, very minor resistance level. And we paused there. So you would have been pretty happy if you'd have bought it down here and then sold it here once you saw the market stall. Now, as I say, once we got up through 32.54, you'd want to be buying it again. Never easy buying a breakout. I find it difficult, I will admit that. But you can see 32.54 is the high of this candle, and then once we beat that, we moved up quite swiftly, which isn't a surprise really. Once you break above a level, then all the buyers come back in again. We got as far as 32.67. Let me just remind myself of what levels we had there. 32.61.63. Okay, so we got as far as 32.67, and we paused and came back down to 32.58. But you can see the bulls remain in control of this. We have areas where we pause. Of course, that's normal for a bull trend, where we might even trade sideways for an extended period. But you're always looking to buy into a support level on any profit taking on any dip into the market. Unfortunately, we didn't dip back as far as 32, 33, 30 today, so we didn't get that buying opportunity. But just to recap, really, when you're in a bull trend, you're certainly looking to buy into support levels, as we did here, and actually we did at that level throughout last week, I think. And then looking to take some profit, obviously, when we hit targets, and then when we break above the target, or what I might call a minor resistance level, we would then assume that further gains are likely. So you want to try and jump back into that long position. Not all markets have nice, easy bull trends to follow. A lot of markets trade sideways for significant periods of time. And it's certainly clear that the dollar-yen has been trading sideways for a significant period. I find this is more difficult to trade, but I still do my best to identify trading levels. And yesterday I had a sell at 107.40.50, which works particularly well. So you have to be maybe a little bit more nimble with these, because the market doesn't tend to move in one direction for long before it reverses and then retraces the previous move, as you can see it's been doing regularly here in the dollar-yen. So yeah, you often have to be a lot quicker. You can't run positions for as long. Some people like that. Some people like to scout the markets and take quick turns, get in, get out, get in, get out. So it does kind of depend on what sort of style of trading you prefer, as to whether you like to maybe sit on a trade in a bull trend or get in and out quite swiftly and enjoy the action in a sideways trend. If you have not visited our website, it's daytradeideas.co.uk. Please go and have a look. There's plenty of information. There's actually a page on our website, how to use our reports, which you might find useful if you're not particularly familiar with technical analysis terminology or how to trade support and resistance levels. Have a look through these points here. That will hopefully help you understand further how to trade a support level, a resistance level, why we trade important support and resistance levels, and more about the service that we provide.